Hello again, English 1 students. Mr. Williamson, continuing with our story of Odysseus and his adventures in the Odyssey. On what page is this? I don't know what page this is. Uh, page 952 in our textbook. It's just got a list of characters for us. Only going to highlight a couple right now. As you should know, Odysseus is our epic hero. He's our protagonist. He's the king of Ithaca, and he is the one who is trying to get home. He is being thwarted, if you will, by Poseidon. If we go down just a little here, Poseidon, as you more than likely know, is a god of the sea, and as you will find out when we progress further in the story, Poseidon is not happy with Odysseus. Odysseus does something in the story that kind of enrages Poseidon, and Poseidon has a grudge against Odysseus, and he is the one preventing Odysseus from getting home. And if your only way of traveling is by ship, angering the god of the sea is probably not the best thing in the world. Luckily, like most heroes in the classic sense of the hero's journey. Odysseus has a mentor who kind of helps and guides him along the way, and that mentor in this story takes the form of Athena. She's the goddess of wisdom, skills, and warfare, and she does help Odysseus along his journey. Some other key characters, we're going to skip a lot right now, but just as a reminder, Penelope is Odysseus' wife, and she's the queen of Ithaca, and she is really his motivation. She is the thing that he is trying to get back to, as well as Telemachus, who is right here. Telemachus is Odysseus's and Penelope's son. He is another motivating force for Odysseus. Odysseus barely knows Telemachus because Telemachus was just born when Odysseus had to leave to fight in the Trojan War. But by the time we get to the end of the story, Telemachus will be a full grown man at around the age of 20. Okay, so we've done the preface. The first chapter we're going to read here is Sailing from Troy. And at this point, Odysseus has already been gone 20 years. He was gone 10 years with the Trojan War, and he was lost at sea at another 10 years. And at this point, he's already lost his crew and he's washed ashore. He's also lost his ship too, but he ends up on shore of this island called Phaeacia, which is ruled by King Alcinous. And Alcinous is interested in hearing Odysseus' story, so he offers Odysseus a ship if Odysseus will tell him his story. So the bulk of the Odyssey is told in flashback. Sailing from Troy. 10 years after the Trojan War, Odysseus departs from the goddess Calypso's island. He arrives in Phaeacia, ruled by King Alcinous. Alcinous offers a ship to Odysseus and asks him to tell of his adventures. I am Laertes' son, Odysseus. Men hold me formidable for guile, in peace and war. This fame has gone abroad in the sky's rim. My home is on the peak sea mark of Ithaca, under Mount Neon's wind-blown robe of leaves, in sight of other islands. I'm going to butcher these names, but Dulichium, same wooded Zyzanthus, Ithaca being most lofty in that coastal sea, and northwest, while the rest lie east and south, a rocky isle, but good for a boy's training. I shall not on earth, I shall not see on earth a place more dear, though I have been detained long by Calypso, loveliest among goddesses, who held me in her smooth caves to be her heart's delight. As Circe of Aea the enchantress desired me and detained me in her hall, but in my heart I never gave consent. Where shall a man find sweetness to surpass his own home and his parents? In far lands he shall not, though he find a house of gold. What of my sailing then from Troy? What of those years of rough adventure, weathered under Zeus? The wind that carried west from Ilium brought me to Ismarus on the far shore, a strong point on the coast of Cicones. I stormed that place and killed the men who fought. I will stop here for a moment. In my next video, I will elaborate a little more and then we'll pick up.